Hi everyone. We are going to do take two on my live video this evening. There were some technical difficulties with my last video, and I really want to share with you the message that I was trying to impart. So we're doing take two tonight of my Sunday evening storytelling series for my Life Untapped storytelling series. So thanks for bearing with me. And again, this is Stacy Hawkins Adams, author, speaker, writer coach. I'm tuning in to share with you just a few tidbits about how you can tell your story in a powerful way through writing. And as I said in the Facebook video that did not work well, we're recording it again. I wanted to first of all thank everyone who tuned in to my Facebook Live when I posted it a couple of weeks ago, 2 Sundays ago. That video about the power and the joy in journaling has received nearly 1,000 views. So I'm really humbled by that. It just feels great to know that the information that I shared with you about the power of journaling and the inspiration that I shared really has inspired many of you all and motivated many of you to pick up some journals or some cute notebooks and to give it a try. And if by chance you did not see the video, the live video on journaling, just scroll down on my Facebook feed and you'll find it. It's down, it was a couple of Sundays ago. And it was about whether you could journal your way to joy or not. And I said, I think you can. And I do think journaling is a powerful way to get to know yourself better, to just clear some things from your mind, and also to kind of help you gain some clarity around your answers, for answers that you need for your life. So I hope you'll check that out. But thanks again to those of you who are tuning in tonight, whether you're here for the first time or you're here for my retake, because there were some technical glitches a few minutes ago. Tonight I want to talk with you a little bit about unleashing the writer within you. And this is really for those who are aspiring to be published writers, whether you want to write a novel or a nonfiction book, or maybe you're just interested in blogging around a particular theme. I'm going to be teaching a writing workshop this coming Saturday, August 4th from 1 to 3:30 p.m. at Lewis Ginter Botanical Garden. And during this workshop, I'll be helping those who really have a book idea, or something that they've really thought about, they're not quite sure whether it's a book or a blog or essays or what they want to do with this, but they know they've got a story to tell. I want to work with those writers in the Richmond area, and so if you're in the area and that sounds like you, I'd love to have you to sign up. The website for that is authorinyou.com/RVA writing. Again, authorinyou.com/RVA writing. So please check that out. If you're not in the Richmond area, I hope that something I share this evening on this live video will be helpful to you. But also, please check out my Life Untapped video series that I've been doing for probably about a month or two now. It's at youtube.com/Stacy Inspires. So hopefully no technical difficulties as we go forward. I'm going to share a few tips with you, and we'll make this a quick video tonight. So all I wanted to share with you tonight was just the idea of, as you're thinking about what your story is, many of you all have had someone come to you and say, you should write a book about that experience, or oh wow, I want to hear that story, or I want to see that story in writing. I want to share that with someone. I want you to share it. If you're one of those people who've been told that you have a story to share, and you're trying to figure out whether it's fiction or nonfiction or how to go about that, start by asking yourself a few questions. You know, what about this story would make a difference to those outside of my family and friends who know me? What about this story would make a difference to the world at large? What's the universal truth in here that someone can take away to help improve their lives, know something better, think something differently, feel something differently? That's what you want to ask yourself about that personal experience you might want to share. So one example for me, if I'm thinking about nonfiction, I'm thinking about being 21 years old, and I've written about this in my nonfiction book, being 21 years old, visiting Albuquerque, New Mexico for a summer internship, and my roommate invited me to go to a monastery north of Albuquerque with her. And while I was going to that monastery, I remember we got to the mountaintop and the scenery was beautiful, but at 21 years old, I was like, this is quiet. There's no TV, there's no radio. What am I going to do with myself? Fast forward to today, I would love to have a mountain retreat where there's nothing but silence allowed, and I've got a journal or a pen or a laptop without, even if I could just use it until the battery died, because there was no electricity in the cabins either. But I would love to have that quiet time. So what is that universal truth in that arc from being 21 years old to all these years later to now valuing an experience that you didn't value then? There's something I could find in there to give a life lesson to another 20-something, or I could give a life lesson to someone my age about what you learn from looking back over your life's experiences. So that's one example. Maybe there's something fictional you want to write about. Well, I do shy away from writing about people I know. I never write about people I know in my novels. I never write about friends or family, but I will take a story that's happening in real life or I've seen happen or something that I've seen happen to other people in the news or in some fashion or format and find a way to fictionalize that, because there may be some sort of truth, a universal truth or a theme in that experience. So for example, in my novel, The Someday List, I wrote about a woman who was a 30-something, late 30s, early 40s, mother of two, married, happily married, mother of two. But she didn't know what her life was about. She was living her life for her husband and for her kids, but she didn't even know what would make her happy because she was so busy on that treadmill of caring for others. And that whole book was about Rochelle's journey, trying to figure out what she should put on her someday list. What are those things she wanted to someday accomplish, and who does she want to someday be, and how did she want to get there? She couldn't fill that list out at the beginning of the book, but by the end of the book, she had taken time to get to know herself through some trials and tribulations, and she figured out her way there. And that's a story, a universal truth that would resonate with many busy women on that treadmill trying to figure out how to lead a meaningful life while loving other people around them. So those are two quick examples. I have many, many more I could give you, but I don't want to hold you long tonight. If you're watching and you have some questions about how to figure out what your story is or how to refine your story, I'll try to answer in the comments if I can. But again, check out my YouTube series, which is at youtube.com/Stacy Inspires. If you're in the Richmond area and you're wanting to take one of my upcoming writing workshops, that address is authorandyou.com/RVA writing. And then you can always just check out my LifeUntapped.com blog. And there are stories that I've written as well as features about other powerful women from around the nation who've taken time to share their stories. So thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate your comments, and I hope you guys have a great week. Take care.